Okay, I just got done doing the turn the page kind of strumming, how I strum thing. And so if you missed that, you can go check that out. Rather than telling you a pattern, I showed you how I strum or how I approach a song when I'm going to learn a song. And for this lesson, I had another lady email me. I get these emails all the time, and I want to help y'all as much as I can. I am not a guitar teacher, but I will show you whatever I can. I'd rather do it this way than emailing a bunch of people back and trying to explain things that are very hard to explain with words. So this is going to be Capo's, Barre Chords, and the Southern Cross. How's that? So here we go. The Capo. You may know this already, you may not. I'm going to show you how this works. This is my capo. Capos look differently. What they're designed to do is to put pressure on the strings and essentially move this nut up. You know, so that it would be like the strings start here. And when the strings get shorter, the tone goes up. It gets higher. So, for example, if I played a C chord here, and I put the capo on the first fret, when I play that same C chord, it's going to be a half a tone higher, which means it's going to be a C sharp chord. If I put the capo on the second fret, it's now a D chord, and it would just continue all the way up the neck. And the capo is really useful, especially if you've learned a song in a particular key and that's not the best one for your vocals. Put the capo on and move it where it needs to be for your vocals without having to change the chords that you've learned at all. It's very convenient, and I use it all the time. She was asking about the Southern Cross, and my sister played this song. She puts the capo on the second fret and plays these chords. She plays G, she plays F, and C. With the capo on, this G is moved up a whole step, or 2 half steps, which it would be, that G would go to A, this F would be a G, and the C is now a D. But from here on out, I'm just going to say G, F, and C to avoid confusion. This song is actually the one that I learned to play barre chords on. I wanted to play barre chords so bad because I thought they just looked so cool. And plus it was kind of like this little challenge thing. I wanted to be able to do it. My hands were not very strong when I first started playing, and it just about killed me. But I kept playing over and over and over again. And if you do that, you will learn barre chords too. I'll give you a couple of pointers that I learned along the way. Well, for example, this bar does the same thing as your capo. I'm going to call this pointer finger your bar finger. This chord right here is a E chord. But if I slide it up and put the bar down, that is not an E chord anymore. That's a half step up, right? And that would be my F chord. Your bar finger is now acting like a capo. If I moved it up, so if this is an F, if I moved it up a whole step, 2 half steps, this chord is now a G. So if you learn barre chords, you've got a whole lot of chords to play with. Just by moving them up the neck. So if that's a G, if I moved it up 2 more steps, that's an A. So that's how that works. It's going to take some finesse and some hand strength, both of these things. I don't think you learn to play barre chords without either one. Put your fingers down, these fingers down first, and then put your barre chord down, and that will help you. Make sure your fingers are to the front of the fret and that you're using just enough pressure to make it clean, but not enough to just kill yourself. Make sure your thumb is down on the neck here in the back. Another thing that I was at a jam, and this lady who was so nice to me when I first started playing, she came up to me and I was talking about learning to play bar chords, and she said, "You know what helped me? Somebody told me this." And I'm gonna say this specifically for the ladies, because you guys, I know that you have big hands and they're naturally strong and everything else, but for the ladies who are trying to learn to play bar chords, think about if you've got this arm here on the guitar, kind of holding it, like see how it's kind of pivoting forward? If I pull back on the neck of the guitar flies out this way, but it doesn't because I've got my arm there. What she said was, instead of trying to squeeze and get all of the pressure that you need to make the bar chord from here, think about pulling back on the neck just a little bit. And you've got this kind of lever that's happening here that's making it a little bit easier to get the pressure that you need. Now don't pull back completely and ruin your guitar or anything, but it's just one more thing to think about. If you've been struggling with bar chords and you haven't, you know all of this other stuff and you just haven't been able to get it, think about doing that just a little bit, kind of using the muscles in this arm a little bit in order to make the bar chord. So that's just one little pointer. That helped me. I don't know if that's exactly how I do it. I don't think I really pull that much. But I remember when she showed me that helped me. And it might have just been that extra little push over the hill that I needed to develop the other hand strength. But anyhow, so that's bar chords.